Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Bit Heroes. Okay, nothing too exciting today. We're just doing natural regen and farming familiars as we have been for the last few streams, waiting for the new content to come out at some point soon. So we'll get started in a sec. I was just checking the shop just to see what's on sale. What is this? Ooh, a rubber ducky accessory. That's cool. Anyway, let's get started. I put rocket skates on last night because I have 8 of them, and probably now, yeah, I had 8 of them, and I usually put this with this, and then some like other, normal 25% thingies, but I'm pretty much never going to be able to use them all because if I want to do a big push for, where are they? The gauze. If we're going to use the gauze, they have the movement speed anyway. So I'm never going to use these 7 because in conjunction with anything because I don't have any other of the item find or gold find or any of that of the legendary versions. So I thought I'd just use them so we can get around faster. Anyway, let's do our PvP invasion and gauntlet, and then we'll get stuck into to raids. And so we still need 2 flixies, but I want more. We need 2 flixies to make a +5 Eucalis, but I want to get enough to make 3 +5 Eucalises. So effectively we need 4 more. We have 4, we need 4 more, equaling to 8. All of the familiars for Stanislaus have already been gotten. All we need for him is the world boss material, whatever the world boss material for him is called. We need like 190 or something, like a long way to go. That's just to get to +1 +5, and then I want to make 3 more as well. So there's a lot of familiar farming things to do. The only familiar we actually need though is Flixie. The rest is the world boss material, which will come eventually. Other than that, familiar kind of things are done. Obviously I have my Glasdosses, who is currently my tank. When I get Stanislaus, he'll be my tank. The Glasdos will be my bait, and I'll be the DPS in the middle. And then for PvP, we'll have the Skoldamort Gen 1. Not sure. Also streaming, so can't chat. Sorry. Okay. It's Eli, by the way. Thank you for the follow. How are you? Let's make sure that we have this unticked, which we do. Nice. There we go. Yeah, so we've talked about it last couple of streams, but I want to get a Stanislaus, Eucalis, and Glasdos team for invasion. I want to make 3 of those teams. So we need to make a few above +5. We need to make 3 +5s effectively of each one. So yes, we have all of the Stanislaus familiars. We've got 8 of the 2 epics, and we've got 8 of the commons and rares. Now we just need the world boss material. But I'm not really pushing world boss, even though I've got a bunch of seals and I've got a bunch of guild honor. I'm not pushing it yet because I want to push it next tier so I can actually use the gear that I get. So at the moment, until the new tier comes out, it's just daily regen basically. But when the new content does come out, I'm going to hit the world boss really hard. And I'm hoping, I don't see why they wouldn't, and I'm hoping that the world boss will be next tier as well, because obviously like Orlag and Netherworld and whatever the other ones are, like they're not all tier 14, tier 13 like they are now, like this tier, I mean. So next tier, I hope that that's still the case. Otherwise, I'm going to have to push on 1 tier less, which is redundant and stupid. Lilkind, welcome. William, also welcome. Show your fams items. I don't know what that means. They're augments? Do you mean augments? Okay. Yeah, so because I don't need any more familiars from energy from dungeons, I'm just doing the dungeon 4s. I'm just doing the one in the second zone, the one with Yeti in it, just because I like Yeti. So we're just doing that to get like extra gems and stuff. I mean, I've got to use the energy on something. I could just swap the energy for extra raid shards, but I may as well do dungeon 4 because it gets you well, it'll be more XP over the long run as well, but it will get you more gems and stuff, and it's free to play. Gems are hard to come by, so may as well do it. It takes a lot longer because it's only 20 energy compared to 30 for a heroic dungeon, normal heroic dungeon. But that is a way to get better gems, or better at getting gems, more gems, whatever. Spook, welcome. Been here is time, and it's locked at 1080p. God damn it. Never really tier grinded like you, but I'm always busy helping lobies. Well, the thing is, if I didn't need... I've had a lot of people ask, like I log in, and even before they say hello, there's just like, this person has invited you to their world boss. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, let me get into the game and get settled before like spamming me with invites. But, yeah, if I didn't need the materials for the Stanislaus, then I would just go and help lower people with their world bosses, because like I don't need gear. So if I can help, I can help. But I do need like 190 or something, so I can't afford to go and help, like, you know, do 50 runs with a lobby, because that's 50 runs I could be doing a mine. You know, I could get like a bunch of the materials out of that, so I can't really afford to help people lower on world boss at the moment, at least. When I finish the Stanislaus, then I can, but until then I got a long grind ahead of me. Eli, morning, how are you? I didn't read it properly. Oh, I did not read it properly. I tend to do that, actually. It isn't locked. Okay, nice. Loser, welcome. In fact, have you been around the last few days, Loser? I feel like you haven't been around. Either way, welcome to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Yeah, so the idea for the invasion is Stanislaus at the front, Eucalyptus in the middle, and Glazos at the back. Team 1, 2, and 3 is that, and then Team 4 will be Stanislaus at the front, me in the middle, and Glazos at the back. No, I've been doing work and shit, big productive stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't remember you, like, you were missing in chat. I was kind of obvious that you weren't there. But my memory is also the worst, so, you know, there's that. I could just be remembering wrongly, thinking wrongly. William, what's going on, man? Welcome. How are you? Actually, if I need 4 Stanislauses, 3 Eucalyptuses, because the final team will be Stanislaus, me, and Glazdos. I already have 4 Glazdos, so I need another Stanislaus. Okay, well, we'll farm the dungeons for the Stanislaus until we get enough to get the fans we need. It's just like, it's a dungeon boss. It's either Mistral or Flame Talon, and then like a rare or something. So it shouldn't be too hard. We should be able to get it. I'm always helping lobies because it allows me to get easy mythic mats because I can solo and pick. Yeah. I used to like whenever I'm max TS in a tier, help lobies just to get the cosmetics, because it's like, oh, tier 5 Netherworld or something. It's like I never actually did this, so you go in and you get, you know, the legendary head and body and stuff for the cosmetics. I mean, I naturally want to help as many people as possible. Hence why I made all the guides and stuff, and give advice in stream and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if I only needed like 20 or 30, I'd probably still do it. But I need like 190, so it's not like it's gonna happen anytime soon. So I kind of have to be, well, not selfish, but I have to, you know, just explain why I can't and stuff. We're killing them so fast that their sprites aren't even looting. Until we get to the boss, and then we'll get one shot. Okay, no, it's an easy boss. Three potions. I've got to get in the habit as well of using health potions instead of revive potions. Like, okay, let's get hit until someone's up. There we go. Because look, if I use well, it's going to be hard to show the revive because someone's going to need to die. But I have, what's that? 10,000? No, that can't be right. 1,000? That can't be 10,000. Surely. No, it'll be 1,000. Anyway, got 1,000 of that. We got basically 1,000 of this. So I got health potions out the arse. But my revive potions, the medium one, the small and the medium ones, you can. It's 10,000. Holy shit, 10,000 health potions. I just assumed it was 1,000 because that's a ridiculous amount of health potions. Well, that even goes to prove my point even more. I have 10,000 medium health pots. And the medium health pots you can buy in the store. So if I run out, it's just like, well, I can't spend gold on anything anyway. Like, gold's fucking useless. Once you get to a point. In fact, I had someone asked me that on YouTube. Was like, how do you get so much gold? And what are you saving your gold for and stuff? I was like, well, there's nothing. Like, gold is useless. After you reach once you reach a certain point, gold is useless. You can't spend it as fast as you can get it. Okay, here we go. So it was like 10,000, and this I have 566, but I've bought, you can buy these. So if this gets down to like, if this runs out, I can just buy another 566. It's not a big deal. But the major revives, I have 314, whereas with the health potions, I was nearly 1,000, and you can't buy these. You can only loot these. I've been amassing. I was down to like 100 and, well, sounds like I'm complaining, which I'm not. I was down to like 160 or something, which is still 160. It's still heaps. But then I started doing. I haven't done any tier 13 stuff. I've been doing all the dungeon farming for the materials and for the fams and stuff that I need for the fusions. And the same thing with raids. So I've been doing. See, there we go. Max set. Two mythics, a maxed out Glasdos, still can't beat the very first level of what's this? Gauntlet. Anyway, what was I talking about? Health potions. Yeah, so I've got to get in the habit of when someone gets low, use the health pot instead of waiting for them to die and then using the revive potion. The thing is, you kind of don't want to do that, and that's why I haven't been doing it, because if someone's on low health, and they're going to get hit and they're going to die, they can still take that hit. So if someone hits, like, say this Glasdos is almost dead, the enemy might like have a attack front target for like 9 million damage. He only has 100 HP. He can still take the 9 million damage and die, and then I can revive him. Whereas if I heal him to full, then if he takes that 9 million damage, he's going to be almost dead again. So effectively, it's better to better for things to die and then use revive potions than it is to use health potions. But yeah, I wish it was the other way around, because I've got so many fucking health potions I never use. Waiting for 8 PM, 8 AM daily bonus and daily reward, because it's my Bitcoin. I'm going to pop one and grind for +1 Roan Max 600. I have no idea what one Roan Max 600 is, but good luck. Several months ago, the devs changed it so every boss drops a medium health potion, guaranteed for some reason. Oh, really? Yeah, well, it just goes to show I got 10,000 health potions, and I have like 500 revive potions, because you use revive way more. So yeah, if you run out, you can just go to shop, not trade. Other? Yeah. Oh, you can buy a major health potion. Oh, of course you can, but it's gems. That's why. So a medium health potion is 5,000. A medium average potion is 10,000. When they go on the featured thing here, and they're 25% off, I just buy like 500 of each one, just to make sure that I've got enough going forward. But you don't want to spend gems on a potion because it's a giant waste of resources. Okay, we did invasion, we've done gauntlets, we've done everything. Let us go with fusion. Oh, we don't have the Stanislaus. We don't have the schematic yet. I don't know which one. Hang on. It'll just be another one of these each. It has to be. Not that one, sorry, this one. I've already, hang on. I've already made where would they be? Bear with me. Here. I've already made one chimney. Hang on. Let's figure this out. Get down to rare. I mean epic. Here we go. I've already made one chimney. And I need to make Furor and chimney. So I've already made each of those, I guess. Because they're lit up. Where the fuck are they? Oh, it's there. Okay, so I've made a Furor and I've made a chimney. So that's effectively, let's count that as one Stanislaus. So then I would need, to make +5, I would need another 5. No, I have everything I need. Never mind. Sorry, that was a bit of a clusterfuck. What does speed bonus in stat menu below damage bonus do? What does speed bonus in stat menu? You talking about down here? Does anyone know good music? I'm trying to make a bigger playlist. A playlist bigger. For what reason? Just for listening? Like, just you listening? Or to do with making content? Or what type of music? I don't think you noticed the notification of Willem making Google. I did not. I apologize. It's only like 2 hours right now, and it doesn't work well with 6-hour gaming sessions. Oh, right. Okay. So you just want music just to listen to while you're gaming. What type of music are you into? Hang on. Stop. You go to player. So we're at this speed? Speed bonus in stat menu. Oh, I think you mean in here. Below damage bonus. Where's damage bonus? Bonuses. No. Damage bonus, health bonus, speed bonus. Well, it's just this. Damage, health, speed. So it just means that you'll get, like I had 1.7%, 1.9%. So, toilet, welcome. It's just boosting this stat. Anything, to be honest, as long as I like it, but I'm into rock mostly. Like that Ice 9 Kills band is pretty banging. Okay, cool. Did I show you them? If you like their stuff, I can recommend a heap of music. If you like that sort of stuff. Send me a message, send me a DM on Twitch, not Twitch, on Discord. Just saying, like, you know, music or something, and then because I'll forget otherwise. And when I get some free time today, I'll send you a bunch of songs to listen to. See if you like him. Although right now, hang on. Oops. Go listen to that song. Just go on well, you could YouTube it or Spotify it, whatever you use to listen to music. The band is called Periphery. The song is called Reptile. And it's fucking amazing. It's 17 minutes, so it's a long one, but holy shit. It's my favorite song that came out last year. I'm kind of obsessed with that band at the moment, actually. Hey, I've done most of the tips you gave me last stream, and I was wondering if you could check my guys out for anything I missed. Sure. Do I have you on friends? Oh, why is Eagle orange? I don't know what that is. I haven't even looked at the fucking news yet. Speedrun. Okay, that's not useful for me. Double GVG. Invasion. Okay, that's all. Boring. Notes. Participate in the speedrun. No, you can't force me. You can't make me do it. New PvP. Did you know you can save transfer? Yes, I do know all of that. Okay, so why the fuck is Eagle orange? Bought Permagore. Aha. Yeah, because I know in World, people that have Permagore are different colored. Maybe there's no one that has it at the moment. Either way. There you go. Elo, are you... There it is. Alright, let's have a look. Crit and evade. Chance to shield team. I mean, this will... It'll take you a while to get a good accessories and pets and stuff, but keep working on these until you get one that has dual strike and empower on it. Or dual strike or empower. Preferably both. This you'll need to upgrade because this is kind of rubbish. It's a common. So work on getting both of these better. Dual strike in the mount is perfect. Runes, dual strike, empower, dual strike, brilliant, perfect. Enchants, empower, nothing, empower. Yeah, man, you're on the right track. 100% on the right track. It's really good. Just need to make these better, and you're good to go. Work on the pet first though, because this is rubbish. If you save up 5k gems, you can buy an egg or an accessory box. I guarantee you get an epic, but you got to save the 5k to do it. Or you can just keep rolling. If you get an 800 box, 800 egg, I think they're on sale at the moment. No, this is the offensive thing. If you buy an 850 thing, you're guaranteed. What am I doing? Guaranteed at least a rare. And they're the percentages of getting like a legendary is 3.4%. Whereas if you save for 5k here, you're guaranteed an epic, and you have a 21.3% chance at getting a legendary. So if you want to, you could save up, or if you have the willpower and stuff, you could save up 5k and buy a pet egg, and you know that you're going to get an epic. Or just keep buying the 850 ones. You're guaranteed to get at least a rare, which is better than what you have right now. Speaking of that, William, was it you that... I'm pretty sure it was you that linked me the RNG for how much you spend to get a pet egg, what the percentages is. Was it you that sent me that? I'm pretty sure it was you. Might have been Spook, actually. I think it's one of you. Start saving? No worries. It was you, yeah. I mean, you can just start... getting an 850 egg and getting a better pet, and then start saving. If you want to go the 5k route, you don't need to. You can just keep buying. So there's two thought processes, right? And I'll explain them. I've explained this many times, but I haven't talked about it in a while. So all the new people that watch on YouTube and stuff, this might be helpful. Hang on, I'll get to you in a sec, Lil. So there's two thought processes, and we'll go through it. One, save up 5,000 gems, 5,100, whatever. Wait for this to go on sale. 5,000 gems, and then don't worry about the contents. We're just looking at the percentages. So let's just ignore all this. But say you want a legendary accessory, right? You can save up 5,000 gems. Click this little question mark up here, and it'll show you the percentage chance of what you're going to get. You're guaranteed at least one epic. So no matter what, you're going to get an epic. It may not be a good epic. It's just an epic, but you're guaranteed at least to get an epic. And you have a 21.3% chance, so 1 in 5 basically, chance of getting a legendary. So the chances of the percentage chance of getting legendary is much higher in these 5k boxes than it is in an 850 box. So if we go to an 850 box, again, ignore what it actually has in it. You go up here, you see that you get a guaranteed rare, but you have a 3.4% chance of getting a legendary. So the chance of getting a legendary is much, much lower. But the thing itself is much, much cheaper. So the two thought processes are, one, I'll keep buying 5k boxes until I get my legendary because it's a better chance of getting that legendary, right? And then once I've got that, I don't need to buy a 5k box anymore. And then you start buying smaller boxes like the 850 boxes, because then you need the accessories in there you need to trade those accessories, like kill them off, exchange them for materials to then upgrade the legendary that you got from this box, if that makes sense. So that's thought process one. Buy these until you get a legendary. Once you've got the legendary, keep buying these to break down all the other accessories to feed that legendary and level it up. Thought process one. Thought process two, ignore these boxes completely and just keep buying 850 ones. Eventually you'll get a legendary. And because you've been buying these ones over and over and over again, you're going to have a shitload of accessories that you can exchange for accessory material to level up the accessory, if that makes sense. So buying nothing but 850 gem boxes or eggs or whatever it is means that by the time you might be lucky and get it first time, but remembering it's a 3.4% drop rate. So, but it just means that you're going to have a ton of accessories that you've just got by buying these because they're cheaper. Then once you get the legendary, you can exchange all those other accessories and then use that to boost up that legendary that you just got. So that's the two thought processes. I don't know which one's better, but that's like the gist of it. William sent me, hang on, attachment. If we do this, yes, we can do this. We can see here all the different stats and stuff. So small, large, mega, a mega box, 99.7% chance of getting a legendary out of a mega box if you spent 102k gems. This is the probability, so it's not guaranteed. I've spent like 140,000 and I still haven't got one. So 99.17% chance of getting a legendary by the time you get to 100k gems. And I've spent at least 140 and still haven't got one. So RNG is a fickle bitch, right? Sometimes you buy an 850 box and you get a legendary off the bat. Other times you buy 140,000 gems worth of boxes and still don't get your legendary. But anyway, hopefully that helped people. There's no right or wrong. No matter what you buy, you're still going to get accessories. It's just whether you save up the bigger one. Do you save up to buy the bigger one to get a better chance of getting legendary, or just buy the shitty ones and then eventually you'll get it and you'll have a lot more materials. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Does my character stats look good? Because I heal around 1 to 2k when I hit and get hit, and per turn I have my staff heals. Okay, hold on. So you need to get rid of this because it's rubbish. Damage, empower, dual strike, empower, good. I mean, eventually change this damage, but good. Absorb, need to change that. Ultimately, yeah, I mean, you'll start getting better enchants and stuff as you play, but it's empower and dual strike that you're focusing on, of course. your mount is in power, so that's all good. So basically, you just need to change that one rune, and then just work on getting your enchants. As far as the heals go, the more power you have, the bigger the heal. But the less often you're going to be able to do it. So again, there's two thought processes. Well, three thought processes with this. It's either put a bunch into power, so when I do hit or heal or whatever it is, it's going to be a big number. The next one is averaging them all out equally. It's like, well, I'm going to heal for less, but I'm going to be able to do it more often. And like, I'm a bit tankier. Or then there's the other one where you go more like swap this and this. It's like, okay, I'm going to be attacking or healing a lot, but it's not going to be for very much because I don't have any power. So I would say this is fine. Maybe you could also like take, I don't know how many, like say take 150, reforge one thing out of power into speed, make your speed a little bit better, or two, or you can keep it. It's not really the biggest deal. You'll know if you need to change it, and depending on if you get stuck in flags and stuff. If you get stuck in flags, obviously you need to work on your TS, your pet and accessory, and your familiars. But sometimes it just helps to like reforge something, give yourself a little bit more health because you're close to killing the boss, but you keep dying, or take a bit out of your power to put into your speed, so you heal a little bit more often, stuff like that. You just have to play around with it. But as far as stats and stuff go, attributes like the ones you've picked, it should be fine. But if you need to change it, I would say probably put a little bit of power into speed, but it should be fine. William sent you the box egg thing. I was one that sent you the monkey. That's right. I can listen to 16 minutes of this. 16 minutes of what? Oh, the song. Yeah, it's fucking great. Roasty, welcome. 5 songs in one. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good. What's with all the yellow names? In game, you mean? So blue. Green is a mod, right? And then the orange one is yeah, if they've bought Permagore. I don't know if you know what Permagore is because you haven't played in forever. It's this. You know about this? You can watch 5 ads, and you get like 10% bonus by doing it, up to 50%, of course, and it only lasts for 4 hours. You can do it once a day. So when this falls off, it'll be 24 hours until I can do it again. So it's like a mini Super Scroll, effectively. Undefined experience. Oh no, capture it. It's like a mini Bubgore, I guess, like a 50% Bubgore, but you get it for free once a day. And then Permagore is the exact same thing, but it's not for 4 hours. It's for 3 days or 7 days or 30 days. So you can have a 50% bonus to everything for a month for $30 if you want. So anyone that has an orange name, that's what they've got, the Permagore thing. I don't think it's worth it at all. 50% is fuck all. But I guess if you're a whale and you're spending thousands of dollars on the game, like $30 isn't going to make much of a difference. But I don't think it's, for free. For me personally, like obviously I'm not pay to win at all, but for me it's fine because you get a 4 hour bracket to use it, right? I'm not going to have, unless I'm pushing something for, I don't know, unless I'm trying to get like next tier, I might do, a Bitgore or something and spend like 6-8 hours or something just doing world bosses over and over again. Then yeah, having the those 50% bonuses would be good because at the moment I only have it for 4 hours. But I only ever play in like an hour. Like for me to do everything, if I'm not streaming and explaining stuff and showing gear and all that sort of stuff, it takes about an hour and a half, maybe less, for me to get through all of my materials, like raids and world boss and dungeons and stuff. So the 4 hour thing is like by the time I finish all my stuff, I've still got like at least 2 hours of it left to use. Pardon me. And there's nothing to use them, right? Unless I spend materials. So for me, the Adgore is fine. Thank you, Eli. It's nice of you. Because, you know, it lasts for 4 hours. I do my hour and a half to 2 hours worth of thing, and then I'm done. So for me to buy Permagore, I wouldn't anyway. I guess it's if you're going to be running, you know, multiple things. If the 3-day one, for instance, is $8. But if you were going to run like a... isn't there one that... Yeah, this. Bubgore, which lasts for 3 days. So you could pop a Bubgore, and then you could buy the Permagore for 3 days. And then you would have 50% of all those stats. And then you'd have another 200%. So you'd have 250% for 3 days. And then the daily bonuses and stuff as well. I guess you could go 7 days, which is a week, obviously. And use an egg gore, which lasts for a week. And that way you would be at 300% for the whole week. But the thing is that you've got to utilize like every minute of every day. Otherwise it's a waste, right? So I don't know. I think it's a ripoff, but I don't spend any money on the game. So I don't really have the pay to win mentality type thing. Eagle, what's going on, man? Welcome. How's your face? We were just talking about you, actually. Why your name is orange with the Adgore thing, Permagore, and I was just saying I don't think Permagore's worth it. At least I don't think it's worth it for a month. But then again, it depends how much you're going to be playing and how pay to win and stuff you are. For like 3 days or a week or something, if you are not like you don't have work or you're off school holidays or something like that and you're going to play a bunch, then fair enough, I guess. Anyway, who needs Permagore when you have 25% boost? Exactly. Gesundheit. How was it back when R5 was max? Grade 5? How was it? It was fine. Well, this we talked about this last stream as well. That I obviously I like to help and give advice and stuff for people, but without a shadow of a doubt, by tenfold, the question I get asked pretty much daily is, I'm stuck on a flag, how do I beat it? And I give fairly good advice, but fairly generic advice, because I never got stuck on any flags, because I always was full TS and had like good familiars. So when the new tier come out, I just would do it. So like at the moment, tier 13, when tier 14 comes out, we'll go through the zone and we won't have any problems. Well, probably won't have any problems completing it. But if I was to start the game right now, to get to tier 13, then I would be stuck on flags because I wouldn't have the max TS from the previous tier, and I wouldn't have the right, like, as good of FAMs, etc., etc. So when people say, hey, I'm stuck on a flag, what can I do? The advice is always check your TS, check your familiars, and check your accessory and pet. And then also your runes and enchants and stuff, but your TS, your FAMs, and your accessory and pet make a huge difference. So back when R5 was max, I would have started Raid 5 with max TS from Raid 4. So for me, it would have been fine. But it's just one of those things. Like, if you're already... It's like the whole you need money to make money mentality, a little bit. Not mentality, but it's effectively like a metaphor. Like, if you've got the gear, if you've got the gear to be able to do the higher content, you just get more gear. Whereas if you don't have any gear, it's hard to like push through that ceiling. So like, if you're rich, making money is easy because you can just invest in all this stuff, Whereas if you're poor, trying to make money is the slog because you're doing like minimum wage fights, not fights, jobs and stuff. So it's kind of a similar situation, just, metaphor. Notorious Jew, welcome. If you're lucky enough with evades, you can beat every flag. Yeah, very true. What do I need to replace on my accessory, like equipment and stuff? Where are you? Are you online? Do I even have you? Dust toilet. There you are. Well, this is the best accessory in the game, DPS accessory in the game, so that's good. Healed and Sheen for when you hit an enemy. Okay, that's good. Obviously, you'll need to replace it eventually, but when you hit an enemy, is perfect for DPS. So these are fine for the moment. Damage and Rage, you need to re-roll this to get Empower or Dual Strike. So save up your Mount Guts and keep re-rolling that. What else? Runes. You got Dual Strike and Empower, so that's brilliant. Enchants. Damage reduction, lifesteal. Change that. Don't need any of that. Empower good. Empower good. Empower good. Empower good. Yeah, so replace this. When you get this, obviously Empower or Drill Strike in there. And re-roll your mount and you're good to go. I've learned my lesson so many times not to listen to metal really loud, but I keep doing it. Because who needs it? No, unless you need to listen to music loud. Like I listen to my music fairly loud, and I have it like in my car. If Camille's driving her car, the volume's at like 15. If I'm driving, if she's with me, then I have to turn it down. But if I'm just driving on my own, I got the volume at like 30, which is not safe particularly, because if there's like an ambulance or a fire engine or a police car or something that needs to get past me, I can't hear the siren. You check your mirrors and head checks and stuff, you see that shit anyway, but I can't actually hear it. But yeah, I listen to music very, very loudly in my car. Transcendence is better in your opinion? I mean, I don't know. All I know is that Wings are very good. I thought they were the best, but if they're not the best, then they're the second best. Either way, they're very good. To be honest, I meant to ask in this way: how did it feel playing when Tier 8 was the best tier, and how did you feel when tiers were continuing to come out? Well, the tiers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Older players or longer players that were in the game back in those days. I think the next tiers didn't come out as quickly as they do right now. Like the tiers come out, well, they used to be 6 monthly, now they're like 4 or 5 monthly. But I think back in the day they didn't come out as often. It felt like each tier was around for a lot longer, but I can't guarantee that was the case. I would say it wasn't really that big of a deal, because of what I was saying before. I already had the familiars and stuff to be able to pass the flag. So effectively it was just like do the flags and get stuck into, which takes like 20 minutes, maybe not even, and then get stuck into the raid. The only thing back then, there wasn't any of the like what I'm trying to say, like the stuff that's in there now, like elemental stuff and the armory and all that sort of shit. So it was just kind of like, a raid was effectively just a harder, longer dungeon. And what is this song? You beat it, you move on to the next one effectively. But at the moment with the armory, people can swap their teams around, and there's a lot of people that hate the elemental side of this. There's a bunch of people that love it. I think you're either in one of those two thought processes. I don't think people are just like, it's either you like it or you don't like it. But there's a lot more to the game now than there was back then. I don't know if expeditions were around back then. I don't think they were. There was only Orlag and Netherworld world bosses for forever. For like the first, like when they introduced world boss, it was Orlag or Netherworld, and then I feel like it was like 3 or 4 tiers, and that was still the case. So I would say it was a lot simpler back then, a lot easier to understand. Whereas at the moment, there's so much shit going on with elemental gear and the armory is a good change. That was really good change, because back in tier 8, you're talking about raid 5 or whatever it was. If you had your raid team, and then someone changed their class effectively, like someone went from tank to DPS or something, you're like, ah, shit. And you have to like get rid of them, and then find someone in to replace it. Now with the armory, that it's working and everything, you don't need that. As long as you've got like strong enough friends, you can just change their builds, which is good. That helps a lot. That's probably the best change out of the last couple of years, I would say. Last year, sorry, since Congregate took over. But there is so much stuff in the game now that player retention is pretty bad, especially for new players. There's so much stuff in this game that isn't explained if you're a new player, which is why I made those guides. Got to go finish unpacking. All right, dude, take care. How was the travel and everything? It went all, like everything went fine. I didn't realize you were going that immediately. Either way, I'll talk to you soon. Inferno Dimension came out in tier 8. Well, there you go. Yeah, and I think World Bosses came out in, I don't even remember when they started. It was a few tiers at least. That was just Orlag or Netherworld. Anyway, player retention at the moment is really bad because the game doesn't really teach you much. There's like the tutorials just like go into a dungeon, catch the boo, beat the tubby, welcome to Bid Heroes. It doesn't explain shit, and there's so many little intricate things in this game that just aren't explained, that people, like new players, obviously try to figure it out, and then they look up like tips or tricks or guides or whatever it is. So I think for Zandane just got Glimmer, nice. For new players now, you would need to look up stuff. Back in the day, you could kind of fumble your way through it, I guess, but I don't know. I think particularly, well, new players in general, but particularly free-to-play new players, the game has got such a barrier to entry that it's pretty rough. Because even up to, I don't know, whatever raid it is, raid 10 or something, it's still, there's no elemental damage and all this sort of shit. But there's just so much to the game now that wasn't there earlier on, that it can, it can be a bit overbearing, overwhelming is the word I'm looking for. How does my dream elemental mixture sound, water and wind? Huh? What? Your guide vids help me? Yeah, well, I'm glad. Like, I've mentioned this a bunch of times as well. I thought that I've done guide videos on a heap of different games, and there was a League of Legends one. I did a guide for Twitch, how to play Twitch. That got fairly decent views. I think like 10,000 or something like that. I did a few like basic champion guides for League of Legends when I played it back in the day. And then I think I did some weapon guides for Monster Hunter World. What else did I do guides for? I don't know. I did a bunch of guide videos. And, they never really did that well. Oh, I did one for Conan Exiles, how to build a base with a fake attic so you didn't lose your items and stuff when people came to raid. Anyway, and then I made the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to this. And I was just expecting it to get, like 100 views maybe, if I was lucky. And then it just fucking took off. So I'm glad for me that it took off, because then it's kind of that like sense of achievement, like, oh, I did something and it's going well, and like, look at me, I did a thing. That's nice. But it's also good because it's helping people, and people actually get something out of it, and that was the main reason to make the guides, right? It's like I saw that this game was like pretty hard to understand, and I'd been playing for a year at that point, and I'm like, well, why not try and make a guide and see how it goes, and if it helps and stuff. And then it just took off. I mean, like, would that be like water and wind combo? What would be a water and wind combo? Sorry, maybe you're talking about something I said and I've already forgotten what I said. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Water and wind combo, sorry. The band is pretty but the songs are kind of long. There's like a few. There's 17 minutes one, the reptile, the first one, and then satellites is the last one, which is awesome. I think that's like 8 minutes. The others are like 3 to 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure. I heard wind is hero, water is tankish. Oh, you like just in general the elemental? Well, you just want to go with whatever set. Like when you get to max TS and you're trying to, you know, get a build going and everything. You're just going with whatever set you can get, right? So this has earth damage on it. Earth, 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 earth. And then the 4 piece is 15% dual strike, getting 30% earth damage to enemies above 75. So this is all earth based. This has air resistance, earth damage. This has nothing. So you just, like, you wouldn't go like, you know, I'll get two pieces of this set. So I've got some earth damage, and I'll put some wind in here, and then I'll get some fire in here. It's kind of just like, you just get what you get with the gear that you get. I don't think changing gear to get specific elemental bonuses and stuff. I don't know whether that's what you're asking about. I still don't quite understand. I could see a dolphin being water and wind combo. Okay, now I'm completely lost. Completely. I obviously missed something along the way. William, do you think they'll bring out a dolphin mount before a chicken mount, or vice versa? Why does Marigold have like 5 minutes of good song and then 2 minutes of just ambient sounds at the end? Apparently Congregate is down for maintenance for a bit. Marigold? Hold on. Oh, is that a song? That's not a song off that album, right? I know all the songs off that album. That's my favorite album of theirs. So I'm not sure what Marigold is. My 2 favorite songs off that album, though, are the first one, the last one, Reptile and Satellites. And then Blood Eagle, the second song, is also really good. Like, if weapon damage bonus is wind and ring or neck piece being plus water damage... Well, I guess the idea maybe is to stack the same damage, right? Rather than spread it out. I guess it's kind of the same mentality as like, we'll go with tank as a example. Like, oh, I'll get 10% evade, and I'll get 30% damage reduction, and I'll get 20% block, and then, you know, it'll be good. And it's like, well, no, just pick one. Like, instead of having 20% damage reduction with 10% evade or whatever I just said, try and get like 60 or 70% damage reduction, or like 100% block, or whatever it is. So I would think with the elemental stuff, it'd be better to just like go with the one kind, the one element. But it's like, unless you're going to manually pick and choose an up tier, last tiers sets and all this sort of stuff, like, you're just going to get the elemental stuff that's on the set that you loot. So you kind of just like, each tier, I guess, you're going to have a different element to play with. But I mean, I don't like the elemental system at all. I think it didn't need to be there. It doesn't actually add anything to the game. All it adds is frustration. I don't think it's a mechanic that makes it interesting. What I thought would have been good, I made a top 5 things I'd like to see added to Bit Heroes video like forever ago. And instead of elemental, if they had stuff like poison or stun or silence or something like that, that would have been kind of cool. So, you know, like, you have like dual strike and empower and all this sort of stuff, and you have then you've got like poison and silence and stuff. So you have a chance to, you know, stack on with accessories or whatever. Like, say you get a 10% chance of silence when you hit an enemy, they're silenced and they can't use any SP for like two turns or something like that. Like that would have been cooler because it was just unanimous across everybody. There's just an extra, like some extra stats. Whereas elemental, you're kind of forced to go into different element builds, and they're going to it's the whole Pokemon things. One's going to be strong against this one and this one. So ideally, you want to have all different elemental type stats and da 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 da. Not great. You can update sets and mythics. You can, yes. Sets for One Piece. Yeah, so for instance, if I wanted to up tier, I'll show you after this. How much energy do we have? Fuck this takes so long. If you go craft and you go reforge. Oh, I can't do it because I got rid of all my gear. But your old gear could be here. And then you can click reforge and then you can go to up tier, but you need to have a shitload of materials from the previous tier to be able to do it. And then a shitload of materials from this tier to be able to do it. So if I wanted to keep this setup, if I wanted to keep this, and this set piece, I would have to have a bunch of set piece materials from this tier, like I've broken down set pieces. And then the next tier, I would need a bunch of like that zone special material. So like Ignibright is, no, hang on, it's not called Monster Cell. Monster Cell is this tier's version. Anyway, basically you can get gear from old, like if next tier comes out, you can keep all this gear and up tier it to the next tier, but it's super expensive to do. And free to play, it's not really that viable of an option. You can do it, but it costs a lot. It costs a lot. So yeah, I thought like, what would it be? Debuffs, I guess, would have been better than elemental. Because you just think about RPG games, right? It's like there's poison, there's stun, there's silence, there's what else is there? There's like slow people. I don't know. That sort of stuff. Even if it was those three, even if it was poison, silence, and stun. Anyway, I want a whale mount in the same style. Hang on, maybe a dolphin mount with a custom thing they create for me when I get to yeah, maybe. What, in like 6 years? Possibly. I want a whale mount in the same style as the guy with the big black bag in the armory, sorry, because a dark whale mount would be cool as hell. And I remember the first time you talked to him, he mentions arriving on a whale, so we know he has one. I don't remember that at all. A space whale? We still have all of our raids to go yet, and world boss. Doing these dungeon 4s takes forever. Paralyzed, poison, stun, freeze, slow, silence, soundproof, which blocks EMP pulses. Yeah, that kind of shit, right? Although I don't think they need that many. I think maybe just like, well, stun and paralyze is basically the same thing. I would say like poison would be good. Silence would be good, and stun, I guess. Because like stun and paralyze and freeze, they're all basically the same thing. It's just like taking that monster out of action for a turn or 2 turns or whatever it is. But they went for elemental stuff instead, I guess. Or I didn't even know if they were thinking about that. But let's say 2 tiers from now, they add that in as well. It's just like another thing to juggle on top of everything else. That's what I was saying before. Player retention. Like, so many people have quit this game in the last 2 months. Like, a ridiculous amount. Really, since Kong took over, and I'm not bashing them or anything like that. It's just an observation. And they've added all this new stuff. People have just left, right? People are just like, nah, I've had enough. I'm leaving. I'm stopping playing. And then they keep adding new mechanics in, but not really fixing the stuff that people are cracking their shits about. So they're just like throwing candy at people, hoping they'll like forget what they're angry about. So yeah, I don't know, but as a new player, there's just so much shit, too much shit to like you wouldn't even know either until you got to that point. Like if you were playing this game to start with, you'd be like, okay, and you start doing zone 1 and you know, you might get a few familiars and you're like, oh cool, they can come into dungeons with me. Oh, I can take my friends into dungeons. This is great. Da da da. And then eventually it's just like, oh, what the hell is this and this and this and this? And you mean I have to do this like world boss like 1,000 times to get the materiality to do this? I don't have time for that. Wait, I've done 20 raids and haven't got a legendary. What the hell kind of RNG is this? And then it hits them. They're like, holy shit, this game is just a grind fest. And then, you know, all the barriers to entry of each one. So, yeah, I don't know. But I think, like, they have to put in new stuff, right? They had to put in, like, I don't know, we'll say the elemental gear, right? We've been talking about it, so let's just continue talking about it. They had to put something in to keep the game fresh, effectively. Like, if something's just the same thing over and over and over again, it becomes mundane and boring, right? And in games like this, in grindy games or idle games or whatever it is, that's the biggest threat of the game failing, is just everything samey. But inherently, that's what the game is supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be grindy and the same thing over and over again. But they do need to add something in to liven it up and keep it fresh. So they added elemental, for example. As I said, we were talking about it, so we'll use that as the example. That was such a divide in player base that some people was like the last straw for people, and like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. And then other people really like it, and you know, are like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, and yada yada. I can, you know, have this fire set to use against this, and I can up tier that earth set to do that, and da 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 da. And then all of the mythic stuff. So if people didn't crack the shits and leave at the elemental stuff, then they brought out all the mythic shit. It's like, oh, well, now you can get mythic runes and accessories and pets and you know, all this stuff and you know, the enchants and all this sort of stuff. It's just like even more and more and more and more. And then once, like, you know, the whales get all that done, they'll add more shit, because you know, it'll be, oh shit, all these people that spend a lot of money on the game have done all the content we have. We need to throw something else out there so that they'll keep playing and give us money. I mean, it's not exactly greedy, because it's a business. They need to make money. It just means that everyone that's not those whales that can throw all that money at it are just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to do this as well. And then people have quit. So I mean, they're not getting any money out of free to play people, or pay for, like, I have just dubbed it pay for convenience, where you might spend $20 a month or something. They're not getting any like significant money out of that player base. They're purely catering to whales, and that's smart from a business perspective, right? It's like, well, okay, we're going to make this decision. 2/3 of the player base aren't going to like it, but 1/3 will do it. The 2/3 of the player base are, well, 1/3 is free to play, 1/3 is pay convenience. They're not going to like it, but our 1/3 of pay to win whales will like it, and that's where we make 70% of our money. So it's like 1/3 of the player base is 70% of the money. The other one is 30%, and the other one is 0. So from a business perspective, catering to the whales' needs and giving them more things to do and more things to buy and all the rest of it is good business sense, I guess. It just fucks everyone else over, and people just get sick of it. I can't remember what the exact question was that I was answering or giving my opinion on, but I've now gone down a Ross Noble tangent and forget what the hell I was actually talking about. Okay, let me catch up on chat, because it's been a while. I've listened to music like all day, and I've been getting the same ad all day about some pretzels. It's pissing me off. Dumbass pretzels. Yeah, well, Pretzel Rocks is the app I'm using. Yeah, more pretzels. I cannot read that name. Kelly, welcome. It's like a really, on my screen, it's like a really like vibrant blue, and it's hard to read on the black screen. Oh, I can put my mouse over it, I can read it easy. IH IEYNOS. I have no idea how you meant to pronounce that, but underscore Kelly. I'm just gonna call you Kelly. Welcome. I like death metal musics, and I don't know why. Well, I can send you some music as well if you like. Silence will stop them from doing DPS. Well, I would say if they were going to add that sort of stuff in, like silence would be, you can't use abilities for 2 turns or a turn or whatever it is. Like you can still auto attack, but you just can't use any abilities. Purchase and consume pretzels, mortal. Oh shit, I got extras for. There are status conditions, combust and frost were added. Oh yeah, there was too. I forgot about that. Yeah, and there was like, that's very true. I don't even remember what they do, but I completely forgot about that. That's very true. Shock sets off in power and deals splash damage, and water gets frost that slows the player. Right, okay. It's not greedy because they're a business and they've got to make money. 2 seconds later, it's like greed has logged in. Okay. Change, welcome. Sounds a lot like milking than catering. Well, yeah, but again, it's a business, right? Like, we're making a lot of comparisons and tangents and stuff today. Like I was saying before, you need to have money to make money. You need, you know, the whatever. We talked about it before. We don't need to talk about that again. But it's, yeah, if they need money, like they've got to make money, right? So they're going to cater to the audience that spends more money. It's kind of like Nice Guys Finish Last as well, in a way, because a lot of business people, like the billionaires and all this sort of stuff, they don't really care about how they, like, what people they're stepping on to get where they go. So there's people that are compassionate and stuff and will you know, work out things and try to help everyone and da-da-da-da. And then there's the people that want to make money and just shit all over everybody and like, you know, don't care what they do. They don't care about their staff. They don't care about this or that or the other. And, you know, they'll just use people and stuff to get ahead. So it's kind of that where, not really that, but it's kind of that where they're just going to cater to, and milk whatever, the whales, and everyone else just gets pushed aside. Similar type of thing, I guess. Thanks for trying to say my first name. It's really hard. Well, I spelt it out. I didn't actually pronounce it. Hang on. Ahenos? Is it Ahenos? We'll go with that. The problems with the status stuff they added. Is that they're not explained very well anywhere in game. Well, that's what I mean. That's what I was talking about before with like why I made the guides initially. It's just because there's not, like, nothing's explained. Like when you play, it does that little like dungeon 1 tutorial thing, and then it's just like, okay, bye, have fun, and then like, nothing else is explained ever. Like there's no, like, it explains fusion to do boo and baddie to make, like, or bat or whatever. I can't remember what the first fusion with the boo and the bat, whatever it ends up being called. And that's it. It's like, okay, so technically we've shown you how to fuse some stuff, like fuse a thing, but then like you go, okay, well, how do I fuse this? How do I fuse that? Another question I get, probably not daily, the flag. Why can't I? What do I do to complete this flag? I get pretty much daily. The other one that I get every, like, we'll say 2 to 3 days is I'm following your advice and getting Shramps and Ballin. I have all the familiars. Why can't I fuse them? Boo Boo, that's the one. Yeah, it's like I have like the Gramps and the Shrump, and I have the Bob and the Melon, but I can't fuse the Shramps and Ballin. Like, help me, what do I do? Why can't I fuse them? This is bullshit. Da 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 da. Ilias, welcome. Good morning. And I'll be like, well, you won't have got the you must not have the schematics yet. And they're like, what the hell's a schematic? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, the game doesn't actually tell you what a schematic is. And then explaining how to find the schematic is incredibly hard because it just, like, you can find a schematic for, we'll go with Shramps. You can find the schematic for Shramps in the same dungeons that the familiars that go towards making Shramps are found. And people are just like, what? What does that mean? And so then you end up saying, okay, well, Shramps is made out of Shrump in Zone 1, Dungeon 2, and Gramps, which is Zone 2, Dungeon 2. You can find the schematic in any of those two dungeons, right? And they're like, yeah, but what the fuck's a schematic? And I'm like, well, you need that to, like, it's the schematic thing is always an awkward thing to try and teach or you know, explain, I guess. Yeah, see, that's a big barrier to entry as well, because it just doesn't explain that. And then people, like, will get to, like, Raid 2 or something, and then they'll just, like, keep doing Raid 2 over and over and over, and to try and, like, get the whole Raid 2 set, and, like, max it out and stuff, and I'll get questions being like, am I doing something wrong? I'm not getting many drops. I'm trying to max out the, you know, the Raid 2 set, but I can't seem to get any of the hyper crystals, I think they were called. And I'm like, no, ignore that shit. And, you know, ignore sets and mythics in general. Just get, you know, epics in every slot and start replacing them with that legendary. It's like, yeah, but I got this set, I want to use it. I'm like, well, you can, but it's a waste of time. And, like, the game doesn't teach you any of this sort of stuff. All right, it's really, really bad at a tutorial, effectively. I had to go cook some breakfast. All right, man. Take care. Hello, my name is Jarvis. Welcome. Wow, I never catch your streams live. Always watch reruns. Are you excited for tier 14 or staying behind? Oh no, I'll be going up. There's no reason for me to stay behind. Am I excited? I mean, I guess new stuff's always good. Well, new stuff's always exciting. Whether it's good or not is well, we will have to find out. But yeah, you know, something fresh, something good. Whale milk is thick like toothpaste? Whale milk. I heard the spear that has root is very OP. I heard the spear that has root. I can't wait for that tier he's doing. I'm right tier 9, so I'm close. This raid you're talking about? Yeah, so let's talk about, hang on, let me just get rid of get up to speed with everything in chat. Hypershards. From what I hear, lots of players are staying behind in tier 13 to farm mats easier in weekly events. Yeah, there's people that are doing like twink stuff where, you know, they're well, exactly that. They're max tier 13 or something, and they won't go up so that they can dominate, basically. There was the same thing in pretty much any any massively multiplayer game. Like WoW, for instance. WoW is always an easy and good comparison to stuff, because so many people have either played WoW or know what it is. Yeah, there was Battlegrounds that were capped at every 10 levels, I think. It's been a long time, 5 or 6 years since I played it, but I think it was like, you know, up like level 20 to 30 was one tier, and then 30 to 40 was a tier, 40 to 50 was a tier, etc. So people would get to level like 39, for instance, and then go get all this, like, the best gear possible, best in-slot gear possible for their 39 character, and then never do anything that gives you experience, and just keep doing PvP over and over again. So you were just like twice as strong as everyone else and just dominate. I guess that's a thing here. Yeah, if you had like all sets and mythics and your fams, everything was supercharged effectively. You just stay behind and just dominate all the people coming through that zone as they get there. But I don't play this game like all the time. It's like twice a day. So in the morning, like if I was playing this in the morning today, for instance, I would have logged in. I would have done my PvP, my invasion, and my gauntlet, and tried to get some World Boss in. But World Boss is like, it's really hard to find a group these days. And then I won't play it, and maybe a raid or two if I've got the time. Then I won't play it again until like late afternoon, and then I'll do everything that's left. So I'm not like sitting here playing this game over and over again, using materials and consumables and that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't really be the best for me to stay down because I wouldn't get that much benefit out of it anyway. May as well just go up. Root is the status effect of Earth. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so at the moment we're doing this dungeon, this raid to try and get the flixies. We don't need anything for energy at all, hypothetically ever again, because we have all the fans we need from dungeons. So that's why I'm doing Dungeon 4 for the more gems and stuff. For Eucalis, we still need these flixies. For the Stanislaus, we just need the World Boss material. So basically the only familiar we need is in this raid. Obviously when the new content comes out, the new tier comes out, tier 14, I won't... Hang on, how am I trying to say this? I'll have to use my raid shards on the current raid, the tier 14 raid, which means I won't be able to farm Eucalis at all. So once I get max TS, I can come back here and do this raid again to get more flixies for Eucalis. The thing is, I've been doing this for like longer than a month, and I still haven't caught one because he's a little bitch. So to try and get that many flixies to make Eucalis is going to be rough. At the moment, I have 4 of him, so I could make a +3 Eucalis, but I wanted to get a +5 straight. Like, I don't want to use a +3. I'm just going to wait until I can get +5. And then obviously I'm going to get more Eucalises, more flixies to make more Eucalises, which we've talked about a few times. So when the new tier comes out, I'll be using raid shards on the new raid. I'll be using Zeals on the current world boss, but in the new tier, providing that happens. If it doesn't, then I'm fucked. I will be using energy for nothing, really, just doing the dungeon 4 for gems. Or I can swap my energy for, like, 100 energy for a raid shard and do raids instead. But I think if I've got the time, I may as well just do the dungeon 4 because it's going to be more XP and more gems than trading 100. You can do 1 raid or 5 of these dungeons, and you'll get more XP and more gems doing the 5 dungeons that you will 1 raid. But basically, the gist is next tier raids go to the current tier raid, that raid 10 or whatever it is, and all the Zeals will go into the world boss. And that's it. And then I have energy to like dick around doing whatever the hell I want with. I swear whenever I'm on my main, I want to do Melvin Factory. Nobody seems to be doing it. And then when I'm at alt, where I'm doing yes, I find, well, not the alt, because I don't have an alt, but I find that whenever I want to do world boss, there's no one ever there, and I have to open the room and wait for people to come. And I'll get down to like, 2 or 3 Zeals left, and I just give up because it's so slow to try and get a group. Then I'll go do some raids or something, and I'll come back to world boss and go, okay, let's just get these 3 left that I've got. Let's just try and do this as quickly as possible. And then there's like 4 rooms open. It's like, so when you want to do it, there's no one there. And then when you like leave it or wait for a while, use for your example, sorry, it's using your alt. Then like it's there, so it's never there when you want it to, basically. It's like Ricochet, but low damage than your regular damage. What, the root? Speaking of world boss, does anyone want to do some world boss? Tier 13, like current world boss. Oh, we didn't do dad joke. The alarm went off, but I never read it. Oh my god. Did you hear about the 2 thieves that stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. You're in? Alright, sweet. I've only got 14 runs, so it won't take very long. Alright. Eagle Ward's 800. If he gets 1k, he should get an eagle-like sword. I've used my Bitcoin yesterday, farming for an epic scam. Epics? Which epic one did you need? Chook, you should get some cosmetics that match your normal stream look. What's my normal stream look? When I was in the council, I said, you know, if you guys are like not running out of ideas, but if you guys like want an idea, like when I left, I said just as a additional thing that you know, my whole thing is chicken related, and I've got 5k YouTube subs that watch the my videos and and a lot of people would wear like a chicken outfit or a chicken hat or something. Like it would be something that people would want. And Ken was just like, that's funny, okay, I'll keep it in mind type thing. Obviously was never actually going to do it, but I thought, well, may as well try. May as well try. A chicken hat? Yeah, so if they bring out like a chicken onesie or something, that would be cool. Eagle. We were like this whole time I've been talking about you know, the Permagore and the devs you know, catering to whales and all that sort of stuff. As a whale, or as a person that is pay to win, do you have a similar look on it, or is there something that like you don't agree with, or like what's your take on the whole situation? Because I remember us talking a while ago and you were saying that it's kind of bullshit, but like with what's happening and all the different elemental stuff, and then now there's all the mythic stuff you have to grind for and stuff, and you're gonna have to throw a heap of money at and da da da. Like, what's your take on it as someone that does spend money on the game? Because I don't want to come across as like I don't know what the word is. Not elitist, or I don't want to come across as me just bashing the company or people that put money into it. It's just I don't. So I don't have the experience of being pay to win. So if you're putting money in regularly, and then the state it is now still putting money in regularly, is it less effective or efficient or something? Like, is it still worth throwing money at it, or is it now there's just too many things to juggle, you have to throw even more money? Like, what's the situation? Because obviously I don't know. Like, if you bought a $50 pack like a year ago versus the $50 pack now, is it the same effectiveness, or is it just like you don't get as much stuff for the bang for your buck now because you've got to spread it more evenly? The game has taken an awkward turn. Yeah, awkward's a good word. So, like, what's the biggest change for pay to win? Because obviously there's all the up tier stuff, like getting can never remember the name of the thing, the ring or accessory thing that or necklace that lets you use one less set piece, whatever that thing's called. I can never remember what it's called. Obviously you got to up tier Starweave, thank you. Yes, you got to up tier that from from previous tiers and stuff, and then if you can up tier sets and mythics and all that sort of stuff, that's been a mechanic for forever. But Starweave, you obviously need to do so much content to be able to get to that. Whatever happened with all the goodies from packs? Yeah, I think the shop is definitely worse. Yeah. So I think, like, other than up tiering ancient stuff like Starweave or the gun, or I don't know, whatever ancient stuff there is. But now with the mythic mounts and accessories, mounts, accessories, pets, enchants, runes, like it's just so much shit. So I would imagine that if you were spending the same amount per month as you did a year ago now, I don't think you'd get as much done, just because there's so much more shit that's out there to do now. Either way, it's an interesting situation. How many raids do we have left? 1, okay. Do you just want to do normal world boss, Eagle, or do you specifically want to do heroic? If you want to do heroic, we've got to get someone else. If you just want to do normals, then the two of us can just smash through it. I've only got 14 anyway, so shouldn't take too long. Come on, Flixie, join me. Son of a bitch. Heroic, we can 2-man the new world boss. Really? Okay. Sure. I didn't know you could 2-man it. You can solo it? Wow. I remember going in, even yesterday actually, I remember going in with, it was me, who's 12,000 something TS. And then someone came in as 11,000 something. So like almost full TS. And we got wiped super easily. 80% of the time anyway. 80% of the time works every time. Eagles OP, yeah. It's true. Oh, William, are you going to do the new speed boost thingy? Speed run, whatever it is? Or was one enough last time? Ugh. Pardon me. Panties with the raid. Thank you. Welcome. I don't know why my raid alarm isn't going off. Let me check. Either way, welcome to you all. How are things? I'm doing again, not really pushing for the competitive rewards though, just going for participation stuff for reaching tier 8. Nice. Yeah, so Panties, Snake, welcome. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to see why. Alert box. Why the raid isn't. Well, it should be. Things are good. Your boy Loki sent us in. Nice. Nice. Yeah, hopefully he streams this afternoon. Either way, welcome to all. We have 14 world boss to do, and then we're done. I love it when it says you have one there, but you are. Wait, hang on. Summon, difficulty, heroic, private, summon, eagle. Daily free Bitgore, nice. Loki, welcome to you as well. Are you going to be streaming later? We're almost finished with this game. This is the mobile. I got fucking shafted. We're going to Darksiders 2 after this. I am every night. Nice. Okay. I'll pop in tonight for sure. This is absurd. The yo-yoing HP. Come on. There we go. Nice. I meant nether? Oh, well, I mean, we're doing it. well, by we, I mean, you're doing it. It'll be an interesting one. Banjo nuts and bolts is what was requested. Hang on. So there was Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie. Wait, is that the was that on the 64? Or the Wii or something? Isn't that the one where you make like vehicles and stuff? Xbox 360. Wait, is it? It's the vehicle one, yeah. It was 360. Why? I wonder why they jumped ship to from Nintendo. Banjo and Kazooie were added to Smash, but his ass. I'm not a Smash guy, Smash Brothers guy, or a fighting game in general guy. There's just like the two main really popular genres of games that I instantly died. That I just don't like. Oh, three actually. Three is one is fighting games. With a few exceptions, like Mortal Kombat I kind of like, but like I'm really bad at them because I never put time in to play them. But like Mortal Kombat's alright. Probably my favorite one was Marvel vs. Capcom 2, back on the Dreamcast, Xbox 360. I don't know. It was on something. Anyway, that and Mortal Kombat and the early Soul Calibur games. They were okay, but as a general thing, I don't really like fighting games. I also don't like sport games. I just don't like them. And the third one is I don't like driving games, like realistic driving games. Like Mario Kart is the shit. But yeah, generally, racing games aren't really for me. If you ever want to learn MK better, I can help. I'm a fighting game fanatic. I won't, but that's it's a nice offer. Like if we ever play something like for my friends and like IRL friends, like on the couch co-op or whatever it is. If we ever put a fighting game, we'll play it for like an hour or something. But yeah, it's never a mainstay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, and obviously they're super popular and stuff. It's just not my thing. Panties, thank you for the follow as well. I played through the whole game, including the DLC. It's a good game, but not good Banjo-Kazooie game, if that makes sense. Yeah, I remember it being controversial when it came out. I don't know why. Isn't there a handheld Banjo-Kazooie game as well? On 3DS or something? Or maybe it was on the Switch? I don't know. I think there was the handheld, wasn't there? Game Boy Advance, right. Okay, that's going back a while. Damn, I forgot how it feels to use BitGo. I went from wave 1 to 40 in seconds. Yeah. That's what I keep saying too. It's a fine game, just shouldn't be a Banjo IP. Well, that's the stance I take on Dark Souls 2. So I'm a big Souls fan. Have to head out, but hope you have a good stream. I'll check out one of your future streams. No worries, man. Take care. Thank you for popping in. That's my view on Dark Souls 2, is that everyone just hates it and shits on it constantly. But it's not a bad game, it's just not the best Dark Souls game. So if it had a completely different name and it wasn't affiliated with Dark Souls at all, and it was just called like, I don't know, fucking video game number 1, people would be like, oh yeah, have you played video game number 1? It's pretty cool. It's kind of like Dark Souls, but it's got this, that, the other. Like, you know, I'd give it like a 7, 8 out of 10. But because it's a Dark Souls game and it's so different to the other two, people would just hate on it. But it's not a bad game at all. It's just not the best Dark Souls game. So it's similar. It's like, in itself, it's a good game. It's just not top tier of that genre, of that series. Just speedrun all my assignments. Easy. What? Monster cell. I need none of them. Yeah, so when this is done, we'll go to Darksiders 2, which should be fun. So when you're playing, what's it called? Banjo. What's the game called? Banjo Nuts and Bolts. Okay. Are you playing it from the start, or have you already got like a game going that you're just continuing with? I did my chemistry, physics, and German in like 20 minutes. Big brain. Bitgore and Invasion equals free honor grind. I mean, yeah, but as I was saying before, like gold just becomes pointless. I started it from the start of stream. I've only gotten one level in, so this will be level 2. Nice, okay. Roughly what time from now? Because you're in the US? Whereabouts are you situated? Oh my god, it's so hard to read that. Kelly, yes, I can add you, 100%. What's your in-game name? Oh, rough. Uh, 8:10 my time right now, and I'll be starting at 12. Wait, so you're starting the game, you're starting to play at midnight? What kind of sleep schedule is that? I love it. Starting at, so about 4 hours, 20 minutes. I work until midnight. So you're working now? What do you do for a job? I'm intrigued. Play not found. Hang on. Let me get through this world boss and I'll do it all. You work until midnight. So 4 hours, roughly 4 hours from now, that's roughly when I finish. In which case I can host you as well when I finish. I'll put you on my auto host actually. Oh, we're done. Eagle, thank you very much, dude. But I am out of energy. Well, you can't even say out of energy anymore. So instead of like, it's OOX, it's like hug, kiss. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Okay, go to guild /V. Player not found. Yeah, you've given me the wrong name. Maybe you misspelled it or something. It shouldn't. The case sensitive doesn't matter. Let me try again. Copy that one. Yeah, it's definitely not right. Okay, work until midnight. I work with mentally handicapped clients, helping them learn to do things on their own. So I go to their house and help them to learn how to cook, clean, read, write, etc. That's awesome, man. Wisp and Lil Wisp. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. That's super cool, man. I couldn't do that. William in chat as well has a handicapped brother and takes care of him and stuff. And it's like super fucking awesome. Like I don't think I would have the strength to do that. Like as a job is awesome, but like Will has to do it because it's his brother at home. So you guys like must be super strong, because I suffer from chronic depression and anxiety, and half the time I can't even like function on my own, let alone take care of someone else. So that's awesome. That's super cool. Hang on. So Kelly, it's not the right name, man. LIL _ ASSERS. Probably not found. It's fulfilling. It gets violent though. Sometimes they have a behavior and we have to. I'm still logging in. Right, there's no underscore. Oh, whoops. Nope. Still not right. The name, it's just the name is not right. Oh, whoops. I copy pasted your name, not your. Okay. There we go. Done. Perfect. So just accept that when you log in. That's fine. All right, everyone. Oh, we got one more world boss we can do. No, not one more. One more thingy. We'll do that quickly while we talk about what we're going to do. Everyone for Bit Heroes, that's it for today. We'll be back next Sunday. But for anyone that wants to stick around, we're going to play some Darksiders 2. So if you want to hang around and talk in chat and stuff, then by all means stick around. Thanks so much. That's fine. I think there might be other people in chat that have slots and stuff that might be able to help you. Otherwise, you can join my Discord. And in there, there's 600 plus people, players and stuff in there that might be able to help you with friend slots or advice and stuff. Like I'm in there giving advice to people and stuff. So if anyone is interested, there's the Discord link there. For people watching this on YouTube, the Discord link is in the description of the video as well. So yeah, join in there. And even if it's not Bit Heroes related, there's heaps of different rooms and stuff talking about random stuff. So from the Philippines, keep up the good work. Thanks. You got a good cosmetic? What was it? Is it the rubber chicken? $10 cosmetics from Bitgoer. Okay, we're done. All right, as I said, stick around for some Darksiders 2. Otherwise, Bit Hero people, I will see you next week. Okay, bye!